Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. Today, Adobe released an update to Lightroom Classic version 10.3. In this video, we're going to talk about everything that's new and exciting in the latest version of Lightroom Classic. Now, it does have two new features that some photographers may think are relatively significant. The first one is they added support for Apple M1 Silicon. So if you have a newer iMac or MacBook, you don't have to use an emulator anymore with Lightroom. It will work natively in those types of computers. Also, they've added super resolution. Now, super resolution isn't really new. It was introduced in Adobe Camera Raw a couple months ago, and at that time they mentioned that it would be coming to Lightroom very soon. Well, that time has come. They've also added a lot of new camera and lens support. In the description below this video, I have a list of all that, so you could check that out. Also, they've improved performance, and they are specifically saying that they've improved the performance of the tone curve. So if your tone curve was acting finicky before, hopefully that works a lot better now. Now, I want to demo super resolution to you, and I'm going to show you it on two different images. The reason is, super resolution is in the same dialog box as Enhance. You may remember Enhance was added to Lightroom a year or two ago. And Enhance works with two different types of camera sensors to enhance the image, to make it less pixelated. It works specifically with Fujifilm X-Trans sensors and Bayer sensors. And Bayer sensors are found in several different models of cameras. So if you have a RAW file shot with one of those sensors, super resolution will work with it. But if you have a RAW file that wasn't shot with one of those sensors, or you have a non-RAW file like a JPEG or a TIFF or PSD file, super resolution still works. Enhance won't work. So I just want to show you how this works. I have this RAW file. This was shot with a Fujifilm X-Trans sensor on a Fujifilm X-T4. Now, it really doesn't need super resolution necessarily. It is full resolution 6240 by 4160. It's not cropped, but I just want to show you how this all works with an X-Trans sensor image. Now, it would go. Now again, the same would apply if it was a Bayer sensor image. It will work the exact same way. All right, there's two different ways, actually three different ways you could bring up Enhance. The first is you go up to Photo and down to Enhance. The second is you just right-click right in the image and you go down to Enhance. You also could right-click on the thumbnail. But either way, when you bring up Enhance, this dialog box pops up. And I mentioned super resolution is now inside of here. Let's turn it off for a moment and just show you how Enhance works. I've done videos on this before because this isn't new to Lightroom. It says it improves the details and reduces artifacts in most RAW files. So I'm going to zoom out and I'll try to show you something that is maybe applicable, if I could find something. Okay, right here. All right. Now, right now it's being enhanced. It's difficult to demonstrate this because it really depends on the video resolution you're streaming my video at. But where my cursor is, right above it are these two windows. If I click and hold, it'll be the non-enhanced version. And when I do that, you'll see that there's some pixelation of those windows. And when I let go, it kind of smooths those windows out. That's what Enhance does. What super resolution will do is when you turn that on, it will double the length and double the width, which means that you're quadrupling the pixel count, which means you're quadrupling the resolution. And now if I go below those windows and click with the left mouse button, you could see the pixelation. And then when I let go, there it is, enhanced and super resolution. And it gives you an idea that it's going to take 9 seconds on my computer. I could create a stack if I want to, but I'm not going to, so I'm going to click Enhance. Now you can see on the top left-hand side, it's creating a DNG. That's because it's not going to affect the original RAW file. It's still non-destructive. It's just taking that RAW file, adding Enhance to it, and making it super resolute, and creating a DNG file that it will put in the same folder as the original image. And here is the original image, 6240 by 4160. Here is the enhanced super resolution image, and it's 12,480 by 8320, and it's a DNG. A DNG is a RAW file. It's just not a Fujifilm RAW file. So that is the super resolute image. It's hard to see the difference, but if you're making a humongous print of something, probably not of this, but if you had something really significant and you really wanted to make a humongous print, you'd see the difference with super resolution and enhance together. Now, I mentioned I wanted to show you it on a non-RAW file, and this is something that you'd probably more likely use super resolution with. You can see that it's pretty small. I did a significant crop on this image, 2292 by 3434. So it's relatively small. If I want to get a really big print of this, I wouldn't be able to because it's so small. So I need to use super resolution to get a bigger version of this image that I could then print. Now you can see that it's edit, edit, edit. That's because I sent it in Photoshop, the original image. There was a branch up above the bird. I removed the branch in Photoshop. Then I sent it to Topaz Labs Denoise AI to remove the noise. Then I sent it to Sharpen AI to sharpen it. So it has these 3 different versions, and it's a TIFF file. It's not a RAW file. So I'm going to send this to super resolution. I'm going to right-click right on it. We're going to go down to Enhance. And you can see now the part where it says RAW is grayed out. It's applicable only to Bayer and X-Trans RAW files, but super resolution is still active. So now I could do super resolution to this thing. Now I don't know, like I don't think zooming in is going to make a difference. Okay, a little bit. Maybe you could see this in the video. If I click with the left mouse button, you can see like right in here, you can see all those tiny little pixelation, those little squares. Those are the pixels, right? But when I make it super resolute, it's making all those smaller. So it makes it, if you're doing a really large print, it will look better. So I'm just going to click Enhance. Not belabor this thing any longer. And we're going to then have a DNG file next to my TIFF file. That's 4583 by 6868. So that's double the length, double the width, quadruple the resolution of the original file, which is 2292 by 3434. So that, I like it. I think it's a nice feature. Now, how does it measure up against Gigapixel Ai by Topaz Labs? Well, Gigapixel Ai, like the results are probably identical, but Gigapixel Ai gives you more options. You have the option to reduce noise. You have the option to actually say how much of a larger factor or what factor you want to use to make it larger, like 2 times, 4 times, 6 times. You also could put in a custom size. So there's a lot more features with Gigapixel AI, and it's a lot more versatile if you need a really specific size to create. Whereas with Lightroom and Adobe Camera Raw, you just double the length and double the width, quadruple the resolution. That's the only option you have. So still works very, very well, though, in my opinion. Now, again, in the description below this video, I have a list of all the new camera and lens support. Check that out. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.